When their son Cam was diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy, parents Rob and Lisa were determined to give him the best chance of living life to the full, which included raising £24,000 for a Dragon power chair.
I first heard about the Electrical Industries charity when I phoned Dragon Mobility and said we were interested in having a test drive for Cam, and I was talking to Ruth, and Ruth said to me, what did we both do as jobs? And when I mentioned Rob was an electrician, I just heard this gasp. I was like, why? And she mentioned the Electrical Industries charities, and I was like, oh, really? Couldn't quite believe it. I didn't want to get my hopes up, and I was just like, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. And then Jill rang me.
As a charity, we had worked with Dragon Mobility before, so when they put us in touch with Rob and Lisa, we were very keen to be able to help out as much as we could. And it was very clear right from the start that the family had set themselves an enormous task of trying to raise the £24,000 which was needed for the chair. They were very determined because they knew that it would give Cam the very best chance of living his life to the full. Rob being in our industry, we were able to give a donation towards the chair, but we were also able to help out in other ways. One of the things that people don't realise is that the Electrical Industries charity doesn't just provide money for those in need. I can still remember the first time that I spoke to Lisa and was able to tell her that we would take on the task of fundraising. She gave a big sigh because it meant that we were able to take away the burden and the family were able to get on with living their lives to the full. The more we were able to get to know the family, we were able to identify other charities, apply on their behalf, and we managed to raise more than the initial £24,000 target. And as a result, we were also able to fund a very special bed for Cam, which has also given him more independence.
The amount of help that we got was just overwhelming. It was just fantastic, and it's just
totally unexpected. I just didn't for 1 minute think it was going to be as quick as it was, and well, I can't even put into words how grateful we are.
And we're starting adding it up, and we're thinking, we're getting quite a bit here, and we started getting close to it, and then I don't know, I can't remember how long it was, but then we got the phone call saying like, we've got all the money now.
One thing I didn't expect, all we was expecting, was to be told, oh yeah, we can help with this amount of money. And then Jill sort of said, oh well, I can apply to other charities. And I was like, right, okay, what ones do we need to apply? No, I'll do it, don't worry about that. She said, you've got so much on your plate. And it was just, well, I think if she'd have been here, she'd have seen the relief drain out of me at the thought of what we were facing, and all of a sudden, well, no, someone was going to take on that responsibility. I mean, it was, well, like I say, I can't even begin to say how grateful, because it just, the daunting part of to be knowing that you're going to be fundraising for the next 3, 4, 5, however many years it was going to take to raise that astronomical amount of money, and then to suddenly be told, well, no, actually, we do it all for you. And I was like, really? It was almost too good to be true, and I just couldn't quite believe it. And to be quite honest with you, even now, it's just like, did it all really happen? Because we just didn't expect it, and well, just can't say thank you enough, can we really? I knew that it was going to take an awful long time between working, trying to do this place up, looking after Cam, as well as trying to do fundraisers. It was just like, it was never ending.
You can only ask people so many times to donate money. You can only do so many fundraising events of a certain amount, and you don't raise 10, 12, 15 grand in one hit. It might only be £200. We was thinking, this ain't going to happen, it's going to take forever. Cam's going to get despondent, and what do you do? Really. We actually thought about remortgaging the house.
Even Cam, I mean, he wanted to do a few things himself, and he said, what about, he said, if I ask people if they want to buy my drawings? And I actually thought it was quite cheeky. I thought, you can't do that. Well, honest to God, I think I can't even tell you how many
everyone
people...
just wanted pictures. Everyone just wanted photos.
He's put his name on it, and it goes in a frame, and it looks really, really official. It looks really, really good, doesn't it? And he's still ongoing now, still doing more drawings now, bless him. To actually see him in his old chair, to then see him in the Dragon, it's like a different child, really. And
his old chair, the NHS chair, is so limited to what it can do. It goes forwards, backwards, that's it. This one, it goes up, it goes down. He can sit on the floor and play with the cat. when he's at school, he can sit down on the floor if the other kids are sitting on the floor. He doesn't feel excluded from anything now.
Take Christmas morning this year. The one thing he wanted to do was he wanted to come in the front room for Christmas morning. So we used the mobile hoist. We brought him in here, didn't we? And Jess, it was even like a new thing to Jess. She couldn't quite believe that Cam was in the front room sitting on the floor. It's been so long since she's seen it, and we got some of her treats out and he sat there feeding her.
Oh, the power chair's going to make a huge difference. It's just opened up his life. He can do so much more.
It's made him more independent and more confident and more outgoing as well, isn't it? Before, when he was in his NHS chair, to be able to sit and eat his dinner, he would have to lean right over the table because his chair couldn't drop to get under the dinner table. Now it can. Just like to say an absolutely massive thank you. Without you guys, this never ever would have happened. We wouldn't have the child that we have today, and we just can't thank you enough.